This report sales of potting mix all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
Tired of high electricity bills? Make the smart switch with EMS Limited, Dominica's leaders in clean, affordable energy solutions, from solar PV systems that cut your electricity costs to solar water heaters that give you long-lasting hot water without the monthly bill. EMS has you powered by the sun. Need comfort all year round? Stay cool with Medea, the world's #1 air conditioner, keeping your home comfortable and energy efficient under the Caribbean heat. At EMS Limited, we don't just install, we advise, design, service, and support. Our experienced technicians and consultants deliver reliable solutions for homes, businesses, and builders across Dominica. So switch smart, switch sustainable, switch EMS. Call 767-255-6813 or email sales@emscaribbean.com today.
A few things to talk about this morning, but of course, I'm hearing a lot of unconfirmed reports about work stopping at the airport, on the international airport. That has not been confirmed, believe me. I've checked my sources, and so we'll do a little digging and let you know. And of course, if it's true, I will bring you attention to this, okay? But from the airport sources, management says that the passenger terminal continues to rise as construction progresses across multiple work fronts. But there's some story that's more circulating this morning as it relates to unconfirmed, like I said, construction work has stopped at the so-called international airport. Workers have been asked to pack up and leave. Sources say the project is dead. Wow. Other sources say that the project continues. So I'll be talking to the CEO of the airport sometime this week, and of course he'll give us an update as to just what is going on. But it's important to know. I will give you an update as soon as information. We get more information, okay? All right, Dominica 449-3095. This morning I'm just going to deal with an issue. I find a letter to the editor. We have a few letters this morning. We're going to deal with this. And I'm sure you're one of the persons who seem to be concerned. I'm going to read it anyway. I am calling on the Dominican business owners, mainly Minias, 7-Eleven, Canefield, High Street, 7-Eleven, Portersville, 7-Eleven, Fresh Market, Best Price, Whitchurch, Roseau, Mavs Massac, and Astafans, among others. What are you all doing about the paros, that's the word, that stand outside your business doors day and night, basically begging the public, okay? A person should not be cursed and threatened on your business premises whilst trying to shop. Those vagrants more vex with you when you tell them you don't have any money. Are you all aware that you can be sued if an assault or crime happens on your premises under the legal provisions of the Occupiers Liability Prevention of Crimes Act and Negligence Law or Negligence Law? Are you waiting for a pirate to kill someone on your business property? You all have a 4-foot tall security guard who seem to be more scared of those pirates than anything else. and the inside of the business's building or the business's building outside the door is not their concern. The government needs to do something about these big hardback wicked beggars. But until then the least you can do is to make them stay away from your customers whilst on your premises. So I'm sure at some point you have been confronted with what this person is talking about in terms of the pyros that you meet. They call them pyros. Begging for bread every morning, or most times of the day, because they can't do better. They're asking the government to intervene. Whilst I may want to agree, you may want to ask, what is it that the government can do at this time to prevent this from happening? You think the government can intervene? And if they can, what do you think you would recommend? To stop these beggars that can do better. They call them, some of them are economic beggars. Some of them know what they're doing, but others just can't help it. Should they be ostracized? Should they be taken down? Should they be disregarded? Or we should just find help? Most times, a lot of you may just feel sorry and, give them a bread because they simply can't do better. And I know my friend, and of course brother, I refer to him as a brother, Franklin Peter Moses. I know he's one who understands your plight. But somebody says, man, it's really frustrating. And I really don't know what to do at this time. It's every time I go to the supermarket, they're there begging. But this morning, I want to have a frank discussion with somebody who understands them. And I know he's trying, even, in his current state, he really tries, Franklin Peter Moses, to reach out and talk to these brothers. Franklin, help us understand, help society understand this morning what is really going on with these guys.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Matt. Thanks for the opportunity. When we come back at the end of this program, I'll tell you where it just came from,
Yes.
where you sent me.
Yeah.
Matt is an interesting subject because many people are still unable to embrace the fact that some people are going to have setbacks, not like yours. And there's going to be a little more concern, so to speak, because people who are, there's a difference. First of all, there's a difference. There's a difference of a person who is what they call insane and begging, and there's a difference from a barrel. Now, but the end result is people seeking something. Where's the best place to get it? If you don't have it, one of the things that people who are like Mabel, Mabel is a lady who used to live in Cork Street, and she's the one across the credit union and hanging out. She doesn't sleep anywhere. Okay. Now, if you were to see Mabel at a supermarket and asking you for bread or something, which is what she does. It is what everybody does who does not have a functional life, so to speak. Are you going to tell Mabel, call the police for me? Or give her the bread if you want to. Now, there are certain other people who are on the street as vagrants, and if you follow the trajectory, you will know, okay, this person is actually hungry. This person, I know the majority of the folks in town, those who really want some help, they want some food. They want some food now. You can get it for them. But Matt, interestingly, what is the constitutional energy towards mental illness and vagrancy? Can somebody find the constitutional framework for me? Is it that is it the responsibility of the police? Is it the responsibility of the government? Is it the responsibility of private sector? Is it the responsibility of total society? Because the person who's a paro or who is homeless is still a human being. with needs, just exactly like you. Shelter, food, clothing, and what's the fourth one? Is the fourth one right to exist? So the particular situation, I don't know what other people think. No, it is very annoying, and it just happened to me. It happens to me all the time. You cannot escape if you give one person one once. They expect, that's the thing. They expect if you give a bread, you give a $10, you give a $5. You expect it to continue to do that, and you too, you have your needs. So it's a ticklish issue. We're trying our best at our end, but it takes a lot of money to.
But do you think government can intervene?
Of course,
Are they doing enough?
through the Ministry of Health and under the welfare division and also the psych unit, and I know the other professionals were coming in. I don't know, but doctors has just graduated specializing in that in psychiatry and social services. So we have a good team and a good network working with us now. We're planning to put together something. We do not have property, we do not have land. It's just still by faith, just by faith. So we're trying to do. Some people are trying to do something about this. And apart from the complaints, we just have to go to draw attention to society, some of the things that are our setbacks and our hindrances. So there is some work being done. It's not out of the woods, but we're trying something.
Let me take a phone call.
Yes,
hello,
please do
talk
that.
to me. Yes,
Yes, greetings, veteran, and greetings, Miss Franklin.
Yes.
My brother, is what's going on down there is all of us collectively have to make that difference. The businesses, the local people, the governors, we have to work. Yo, bro, do you know how it hurts for a mother to see her son on that street as a paro? That thing, and if I have a brother, a sister, any family member, son or daughter that's like in that situation, I don't care if they take them and build a sanctuary for them, a rehab center, and just take them beyond their will because they're not in the right frame of mind and rehab them. People say, oh, that's against their will. No, because actually they're protecting them. We have to start to do something about it, man. This is ridiculous. Small country like Dominica, we don't know who's selling the drugs. And we have to educate our young men in SMA, grammar school, and in the schools, and have them walk the street and look at the paro. Take example for them, the mistakes that they do. You don't make that mistake. It's hurtful to see a friend, a son, a cousin on that street in that situation. We have to do it collectively, my brother. This shit is hurtful. And see young Dominicans selling drugs to their own people. Their day is going to come themselves. That shit is what like there's a saying that goes, there's a parable, a stone that I forget how the parable goes, but when you do things to people's children, it's gonna come back on your children and on your family, man. You cannot be selling drugs instead of enhancing the people. You're bringing the people down. Come on, man. We have to do something about that. I'm serious.
All
My
right.
brother, I'm listening.
Thank you for your concerns here. We're just trying to, of course, and a lot of people will say, man, of course, I work with Franklin very closely. We're looking forward to, together with others to build a rehab center because we need to get this young man off the streets, or women too. Hello, yes?
Yes, Mr. Pelte, what a sad situation. And let me tell you something. I don't care what people say, what they don't say, what they think, what they don't think. The merchants are there, they are making their living. They are not the one really inviting the people. I don't even want to call them paro. They're human like ourselves. And they are not there. But the many come up from the countryside, they come down. And you know what happened in there? When one person gives them $1, when they see you 99 times, they want $1. Some of them, you give them bread, whatever it is you fix for them. It's not the bread they want, the money. They throw it away in the gutter, and they do what they have to do. What I think that we need to do in Dominica, government go and get a piece of land, build a big building, and get the people inside of it, and get people because I remember Mr. Liverpool had opened something in his SMT, and it was doing good. Then I don't know what happened. He went up to Grand Bay, and the whole thing go down. But until we do not get a place, so much land we have in Dominica, land with bush and everything in it, and we get it to open a place for them because we know how to take them to bring them to the mental institution. And some of them, therefore, they start there from since they're born up to now, Mr. Bellot is there. I'm telling you that that is what they need to do. Get some young, get a piece of land, fix it good, put Babu High in it, and let them go. And whatever the government can give and other people can give to the institution to bring for them, that's it. But no matter what suggestion we come in, what not, unless a place is built for them to put them, it is just a shame. And I'm not blaming the merchants, I'm not blaming anybody. The trouble is that there, some of us give them money thinking, well, that will take us to heaven and da. But I'm telling you, that is what needs to do, a rehab. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Man, society must understand that these persons are Dominicans and are protected by law as all other citizens. They have equal rights as any other person, should not be discriminated against. Some may be violent, should be given the required help. But if one is peacefully asking to help, no one has the right to discriminate against these people. And that's another viewpoint as well. 854, hello, talk to me, yes?
Morning, Matt, to you and Franklin.
Yes.
Matt, I'm listening to your program there and with the vagrants and the people who find themselves destitute on the street. Matt, Franklin has touched on a main issue, Matt. The problem is more governance than it is the society as a whole, but we don't want to leave the society as a whole out because it's a complex problem that takes the society and government. Okay, the person who wrote you that letter had a point, and I could understand their frustration. That's why I say it's a complex problem. It's a everybody hands on deck problem, Matt. I want to make that for starters, okay? Let's take, you have a place like Sweden, such countries like that, where they have social programs that are more effective than where we live, where I live in America. Let me say I, not we. Okay? These places take care of people like that. You don't have that kind of level of homelessness, people on drugs on the street like we do in our region and in America. It's a different system overall. They see this thing as an illness and they treat it as an illness. We see it as a problem and we treat it as a problem. That's why I say mainly the government is responsible. Have we had a government that see problems and take and find solution to repair such problem? When we look at it, drug is a big issue in our society. But now you have America fighting in the Caribbean with Latin American Caribbean government because of the facilitating drug influx in all these countries. And here lies the problem. Who is the one bringing in the drug? Who are the big controllers letting the drugs end up all on the street? It's not like a one simple solution. We have to look at all angles to deal with that. That's why I don't really blame a person who end up destitute on the street because we don't know how they got there, what's their situation, who's behind putting the drugs on the street, and how people end up how they are. So we must look at it as an illness. It's just like you treat any other illness. And the what you call medical system has to treat it like that and take it from that angle. If not, we're just looking at somebody, blaming them and push them to the side and not understanding how complex the problem is. Matt, I'm listening.
All right, thank you very much. And Franklin, we see every other day there's somebody new coming out.
Interesting you said that. I just saw somebody, because I was coming up here and I'm like, okay, that's a new addition, a new kid in the block.
Yeah.
And there are some people who are trying to keep it together. I know there's a particular lady who used to live. I see her in the vicinity of the old market, and she's usually well dressed. But when I communicate with her, I can say, my goodness, you smiling under these problems you're telling me. So everybody has a story, and if you don't hear the story, then you're able to come up with your own editorial.
Hello, talk to me.
Yes, good morning. 007 Boom. Matt, the person that wrote the letter to you, right? I agree with what the person was saying because it's long time I want to come on the radio and talk, but I say you might talk over me and cut me off. The young lady that talk, I call her the Christian lady, Pamela Zafasikie. All what she say, I agree with her. But we all are human beings. You coming out, she say they're coming out in the country. They're coming in Roseau. Several of them tell me they can't get nothing in the country. They're coming in Roseau. They're making their money, right? And with the government, with respect to them, I'm not there to insult the government, right? They should get a little place, as she say, to put them. You understand? Because I know of neighbors of mine, the guy in River Street in the dog, his family took him, bring him somewhere, the person bathing him, cleaning him, he escaped and can't walk one back in the road with only dogs. You have Mano, which is my neighbor, right? They put him like in a place, and the man that taking care of him, I forget the man name, a nice big fat man in psychiatric. That man taking care of all the people. I will get his name anytime. Take Mano, clean Mano, babe Mano, his family. His sisters used to send money from overseas for the man. Mano go back on the road by Astafan with a set of dogs. These are my neighbors, was my friend, and you know what that have them boys, them people like that? The rock, the white rock, and not the marijuana. Anytime you take that rock, you gone, and you, as you say, the business people making their money, they don't care with you and me. Get policemen to put there for these people. And as the young lady say, you will give them a bread. They will throw the bread. It's money they want. Because I already give them fellas money, not Mano and the other person, money. And they tell me, boy, Malin, bread, they throw it, they tell me, give them the money. They take one of them, it was Yellow take a big stone to knock me out, and I pull out a knife on her just to frighten her, and they say, Matt is a disaster. Some of them fellas going in the rubbish bin, and they emptying out the rubbish bin. It have a notorious young lady. The family try to help her. All these are my family and my friend. I just give them money. Some of them, they coming in my area. They teaching my galvanage. They go in and sell it, and it's problem. But to tell you the truth, they should get a place to put these people, as the young lady said.
All right, man, I got that point there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, it comes back to the whole, of course, solution we've been trying to find for some time, a rehab center.
Yes, Matt. We've made some significant progress maybe in the last, let's say, year, thereabout. We've had commitments from people to come, but we have to present something. You cannot just pull out a rehab center. And then you have to think of all the collaterals and all of the moving parts. Apart from getting the building, and there was sustainability, then they have to have skilled, qualified persons who can help people. As I said, there's a difference between a vagrant. A vagrant, he may be homeless, or she may be homeless. That may lead to depression, and that may lead to all other things once you're exposed. So that it has to be a complete and a total contribution of all minds. Because, okay, like in Trinidad, the people pay for it. The people who come for treatment, it's being paid for, so they're able to pay staff. Now for these 90 days that I wasn't at rehab, there are 3-4 people who teach you, who train you, who tell you, who use psychology and sociology on you, to tell you to clear up to your mind and to get you back on even keel. They have to be paid. Then there is electricity, and then there is water, and most of all, then there's food and the professionalism. So it's a national project. It's a national effort. It has to be.
All right. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Yeah, it's me again, my brother. I just heard you told Franklin every day there's a new kid, a new individual on the block. This is what I'm saying. Friends influence friends. Yo, try this, try this. Or also, even the drug man and them have young people that's not in control of themselves, easily influenced. Yo, try this just to get them hooked so that they'll buy the product. But what money that's in Dominica you could make out of that? So this is saying that's what misery of company. So when one hook, they want the other one to get hooked. We have to do something about it. Some caller call and say that's the illness. That's not the illness. If I'm normal and I go try drugs, that's not the illness. It's me going try it on my own and I got hooked. That's not an illness. And another caller, somebody wrote, you said that we got to treat, yeah, we got to treat them equally. But if you want Dominica to be consumed by paros, are we going to stand for something? Are we going to fall for anything, man? If we said God is our ultimate source, we have to protect what we have, man. Dominica, that's all we have, man. What are we going to do? Let Paro take over Rose and Dominica? What about the drug man? Are we gonna chastise them? Fuck, man. Have a nice day, man.
Right, watch your language there. I know you're very emotional about this. Matt, the problem you are discussing is laid squarely at the feet of the government. The government demoralized the men of Dominica by advocating help for single parents. Young men did not see a way out for them. I am close to 80 years old, and this is the first time I've seen so many beggars in Roseau. In fact, Dominica on a whole has become a begging society. It's all because of the current administration policy of passing around and giving people a handout in exchange for a vote. Let them deal with it. That is what somebody's saying there. This is a government problem. Yes and no, Franklin. I mean, they can do a little more.
Yeah, and I want to ask a question. There is one gentleman in Dominica. I think he's from Granbury. That's the late, that's the very very powerful and innovative Bunty Liverpool. And apart from hard drugs, alcohol is also a very 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 destructive drug in Dominica too. And
we hardly speak about it.
And we had to speak about that. We had to speak about that. Now, there's AA classes, Alcoholics Anonymous classes that he started, but it's been funded by himself. He has to get a place to a rented place. Then there's electricity, there's transportation, there's going home, then there's material you have to get, and there's commitment. So I think basically it was him alone carrying that, and it becomes a burden. It has to be a shared decision and a shared process. Yeah, everybody has to. Okay. There is. How we call it? There is a growing interest right now from two people. Let me just first say that we have a preliminary.
Oh, hold that thought there. Let me take a phone call. Are you there? Yes.
Yes, madam. Still here, Matt. Good morning.
Morning.
Matt, that is a very serious problem, and society has to deal with the problem. We cannot let it continue. It's like if you have a cancer. If you don't take any step, it's going to get worse. And I'm looking at that thing, unless the country come together as one and decide on what we must do with those people there. Get a special place for them and have trained people to take care of them, Matt. The problem is going to get worse. The government need to step forward, get the whole country involved, and get a place to put those people. We train people to take care of them, Matt. We need to do that, and we need to do that yesterday, not even today. Yesterday.
Or else it's going to get worse.
Yes.
All right, caller. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, interesting. Are you there? Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, Matt. Matt, when I look at the position of that drugs business, we have to start from the top. I believe the government needs to put some harsh punishment for the people that selling the drugs, because the people that selling the drugs on the road, they are the ones causing all this confusion. So if the government put laws in place, then we go down to the paros. Yes, we can have a place to put them and to take care of them. I believe in that. But at the same time, if you don't give them a 25 cents or $1, I saw a paro cuff a lady in town because he asked for $5. You understand? Are you there, Matt?
I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Now, when you look, these people live in country to come down to town because they can make a better living in town than the country. Now, when I was in Dominica about 2 weeks ago, when I went to Grand Bay and I see the road there making it Grand Bay, and the amount of strangers, Santos, and where they come from, Spanish people, There, the only sets of people on the road working, waving the flag. What about our young people? They are getting no jobs. So where you want them to go? Where you want them to go? We need to get to the top of it and the end of it. Our government needs to take more responsibility to give our.
I want to agree with you and maybe disagree with you because a lot of the young people in Dominica, do some research. A lot of the young people prefer to sit down on the block and roll a Smith instead of getting to work. A lot of the young people prefer to just roll a little marijuana on the block and there's some work to be done and they don't engage themselves. I can say that because I've seen it.
Yes, that is true. But we need to force, and the people that sell, there are too many people in Dominica, young people, even elderly people selling drugs by the road. And it's like as though nothing, the police is not doing nothing about that. They need to send these people that selling these hard drugs to jail for 15 and 20 years and take their property from them. If you cannot say how you get to make that house to buy that bike and that nice car, let us do something and make the rehab with these things. Because we cannot have people bringing drugs to Dominica. Our children spoiling, and they have big house, big motorcycle, and their bank book, their mother and their sister and their girlfriend, all this money on the name. We need to do something about that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. This caller seems very passionate. Do something about it. And again, some of them, I will say, is being facilitated by some officials. Or they sit on the block and they get monies monthly, and I can confirm that. Yes, that happens. So some officials, I won't say, who are these officials, because I don't want to get sued, but I'm telling you, some of them guys get money, ladies too, without doing one stroke of work. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Are you there, caller, on the telephone? Yes.
Good morning, man.
Morning to you. Yes.
Mark, Dominica, the airport building. How many Dominicans are employed there?
How many Dominicans? I think maybe from the last count I heard, I have not seen for myself, about 200, I was told about that. 200? 300?
$1 billion project in Dominica, and only 200 because people I'm employed there, that's fair, sir.
All right. Hello, talk to me. Yes, a lot of young people, maybe, can't find work as well. Hello, talk to me too. Yes.
Yes, good morning to you, Matt. So my fire not a Smith. Please.
How are you doing?
And good morning to you, Franklin, Mama.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Matt, I'm hearing people talking about government should. Matt, what people expecting this government to do, Matt? This government cannot even get the rubbish to be picked up on the road, Matt. All we want in Dominica is for this government to get out of office, for other people competent people to come and do things.
So you're saying another government would do something for these people? Like what you say?
Yes, but that's what we must put another government there for, because this government is there facilitating that kind of thing. Give people, okay, you can go to work on the road, it's too stiff or free, and so on. No, we do not answer that government. They're not doing anything. We need to get them out. Forget about them and get this government out and put other people there to do things for Dominica.
All right, caller, thank you. Matt, the police should start shaking up the young men on the blocks and that hustle the blocks. Matt and Franklin, isn't the main problem the drug pushers who sell them, the paros? Also, many young men, many young boys in Dominica started using drugs between 2000 and 2026. So we'll have to do some research on that one. Hello, talk to me. Yes? Are you there, caller? 449-309-596. Are you there, caller?
Yes, Matt. Good morning.
Morning.
Sometimes there are people who get in work and they quit in the work because of the price that they are getting,
True.
Because I know a guy from La Plaine that used to work by Astafan. And in the end of the day, he said he only working for the transportation and not for, because what he getting paid is to just pay transport and he ain't got nothing for himself. So he quit the work. The kind of money they pay them, it is not enough for a month, for a week, for a fortnight. Because you have to pay $11 up $11, down $22 every day. Check it for the 2 weeks. And I don't believe they're getting $300 for a fortnight. So that's and they're paying the work in. So that's why some of them rather stay by the road and smoke and thing and don't go to work because the kind of price $9 an hour is just a joke in any other country. $9 an hour. Help us. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you. Somebody's on my telephone here trying to get through. Let's see if we can accommodate this call. 449-3095-9697. Of course, we trying to deal with the issue. Hello, talk to me. We have a caller from overseas. Hello, talk to me. How you doing?
Hi, yes, I'm here, man.
All right.
Very good program this morning.
Thank you.
And I've been waiting for that for a long time.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of people, when they see vagrants out there, people begging, they always put the two together, drugs and vagrancy. I don't understand why, our people are like that. There are many reasons why some people are homeless or why people are begging or why people are out on the streets. Some of them, it could be drugs, it could be family issues. Some people go into relationships and then when the relationships end, they cannot handle it and, Yes.
Are you still there?
Yes, I am still there.
So,
and there are a lot of factors that can contribute to vagrancy or people living on the streets. And it's not only drugs. Okay? But one thing I want to do is compliment the APU unit because I had a son who had a serious problem and I live in the States. And I brought him down to Dominica. And with the help of the APU unit, they were able to bring him back on track for me. And they have a very good program up there. But the problem is that they don't have the funds to continue the program or to help everybody. So, and there was once in a time that we all said that it takes a village to raise, yes, it takes a village to raise a child. And it also takes a community to help all the vagrants and all the people out there. The government cannot do everything for us. Okay, we have a lot of people in the private sector who can help, the big businesses out there, what are they contributing? They can also help in rehabilitating these people. I'm sorry to say that, it is a burden. Yes, it is. But a lot of these people, they just cannot help themselves, and we should initiate something to really help these people.
Yes, we've been trying. Thank you for your views this morning. Franklin, you were about to say something.
Yes, Matt, the demographic right now, people would say, well, we're seeing more Who more are we seeing? More vagrants, more paros, because these are people who are living, so to speak, on the street. I've lived on the street for a couple of years. And one of the things that you're frightened about is food security or food insecurity. If you are a vagrant, nobody comes, there's no place. Okay, no, let me take that back. There are business places in Dominica that are doing an exceptional job quietly, feeding either the poor, the vagrants, or the paros. There's some business. I know Bolo for sure. From MB, who was at the infirmary, from MB, that I'm talking about years, maybe decades, at Bolo, down in the corner by Kidman Wallace, is voluntarily feeding. There's what is called natural selection. There are those who, they have money they just come and ask for juice. But then those, through resentment, you will know that they need something. Now, there's no place else that, okay, do we have a food kitchen? There was a nun called Sister Madeline, who would go and feed Harold, the homeless man. They were less than. We basically knew them by hand in Dominica. So there was Harold, and
now we have Prevo.
Now Sunday, right? So for almost 20 years now, Prevo gives a Sunday lunch. You get some lentils, some rice, and a drumstick curried, and that's been going on for 20 years. But that's just once a week.
But there are other people who could do it, though, frankly.
Yeah, there are people who could do it. I mean, how much waste food is going to waste, so to speak, in basic major restaurants, apart from you give it to your staff? So there's food, there's and then there is security. There's because you have no control of. Some people have no control over it, but we can do something about it.
But we'll continue with that conversation after we speak to our friends there from the in the credit union. Hello, Central. I see the senator smiling. So we'll continue to talk because a lot of people are, of course, sharing their viewpoints, and maybe you can get the senator to say something about the vagrants on the street. All right, Dominica, we'll stop there.
This lady asked me, sorry sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about? I said, ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagico. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installation. Just water for the clean.
Get off the pharmacy. Come on in, we'll treat you right. Got your remedies day and night. Need your medication. We'll fill your prescription. Satisfaction guarantee. That's my pharmacy. Call if you're on the go. Pick up on the drive-through window. Within the community. That's my pharmacy. That's my pharmacy on Goodwill Road. Call 235-2328. Satisfaction guarantee. That's my pharmacy.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy, Dominica, and yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. At 255-6810 or 316-0164, or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest
It may be hot, but not too hot for my dear. Stay cool and comfy this summer with an energy-efficient AC from EMS Limited. Treat yourself to cool comfort, radiant health, and unbeatable savings that give you value beyond performance. With With SEER rating of up to 42, you never have to come home to a hot house again. It's about time to upgrade to a My Dear AC, now available from EMS Limited. Call us at 255-6813 or email sales@emscaribbean.com. Make yourself at home with My Dear. Choose EMS, the energy expert.
Don't forget, we'll continue the exciting program as it relates to our vagrants on the streets. So let's say good morning to our friends there from the Central Cooperative Credit Union. Good morning to you, Senator. How you doing this morning? One mic for you, one mic for her. Okay? Thank you. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning.
I see you coming down, you're flinging your hair, your long hair.
Yes, I'm a Rasta.
You're a Rasta.
All the time, yeah, man.
Pull something for me this morning.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning to the listeners of Q95. Good morning to the followers of Q95 Facebook page. Good morning to all our members or staff at Central. It's a pleasure to be here, Matt. And I'm here with my colleague, Donald Boots.
Your favorite colleague, yeah?
I know if I am, Mr.
If I am?
Yeah, man.
Since you expose your old vehicle?
Yeah, put my business outside.
So what's happening, Mr. Butchard?
Oh, I'm feeling wonderful, Matt. Pleasant good morning to you. It's always nice to see you. I see you all smiles.
All smiles.
Yes.
Once you guys are here, smile.
Oh, well, you're
Not
definitely the number one.
Once I'm here, you smile. Not much Wilton. You don't want to say Wilton.
That's all right, man. Matt, she has her little issues, man. So I understand that well.
I know.
But good morning again to as well to your dedicated listeners. Again to as well. It's a privilege to be here on Q95 again, and to represent a financial institution. That's the number one on this country, and a financial institution built on wisdom, a financial institution that is number one. Yes. And so, Matt, today we wanted to speak about three important loan products. Two obviously you're aware of, and that would be our mortgage and our vehicle. But also too as well, today we want to speak about our green energy loan product too as well. And if time permits us to as well, we want to also speak about delinquency, because what we realize is that so many people are experiencing financial difficulties. So if time permit, Matt, we want to delve on this topic. Yeah, so it's a pleasure to be here, and we are ready and excited to begin this wonderful conversation.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, as you mentioned, delinquency, because to say the truth, the economy is tough, but you can work and, of course, communicate with your credit union.
Yes, Matt, and that's why Central is the number one financial institution, because for us, no problem is big. We have solutions to all problems, Matt, and that's why we are number one.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay, so Matt, we want to start off first. We want to talk about something that really and truly is dear to us, and that is our mortgage loan. And I'm happy to say again to as well that CCCUL Central, our mortgage loan is something that has been that's been a hot number. Only recently, I remember this wonderful gentleman, a very good gentleman, said to me, Burton, when you see you go on Matt, Burton, you don't have to call my name, but just tell me about what Central has done for me. And Matt, he was all smiles. That's a gentleman. He knows himself. He's a bus driver from Fonkoli. I mean, this is a family guy, married, wonderful guy, and Central has made it possible for him. And he's so proud. He's so excited. And he said, just mention my name. Don't mention my name, but just see what Central has done for me. And so that's why I'm so excited, just to speak about what Central is doing for the ordinary man, our members at Central Credit Union. And so I want to begin again by saying that our mortgage rate is as low as 4.75%. You heard me right, it's 4.75%. So Central wants to make your dream become a reality. I'm sorry, I am just a little bit affected by the flu, but sorry about that. But Central wants to make all members' dream become a reality. And this 4.75% is not just for members, but also as well for prospective members. Anyone who wants to join and they are welcome to come into the beautiful family of Central. So let's begin by saying that the first thing about this mortgage solution of Central is that we have free loan protection up to $150,000. The last time I mentioned it was 100,000, but Central has seen it fit to increase the amount to 150,000. What does that mean? That means that the first 150,000 of all our members' loan is insured free of charge. What we say to our members, once the number, which is the loan amount, is more, then we'd ask you to just have your private insurance cover the difference. Yes, what Central has done to us well in terms of mortgages, what we have done is that we have instituted what we call a savings plan. And it is not really a side account. What that is a cushion, really and truly. It's a safety net for all our members so that along the lines, when the hard times do come, members can actually fall back on what you call a savings plan. Because obviously, a mortgage is a long-term solution. And in between, what you will find that there'll be emergencies. You might need monies for medical expenses, to travel, for education, for your kids. And so that is what the savings plan is all about at Central Credit Union. One of the reminders about mortgage is that we want to let our members know that upfront that they should, what you call, have a plan in place when you're moving into a mortgage. What do I mean by that? Too often what we see is that people bring to us what you call an estimate to construct the house. But what we are saying to them first is that to do the opposite, which is to first come and have a nice conversation with us. Speak with your loans officer at Central Credit Union, and so we can guide you. We can assess and guide you as to what is the amount you can afford. This is critically important. Because when you do the reverse, meaning you bring an estimate to us, it makes it a little bit more challenging for us. One of the beautiful things about assessment is that we can pre-approve a mortgage for you, meaning that we can say to you, what is the amount you can afford based on your assessment, based on your income, whether it's you and your spouse, or you and your partner or your family member. So that's important. Let us assess you and pre-approve the amount. In terms of requirements for mortgages, I'll just quickly run through it. What we say to our members, you bring in a recent employment letter along with 2 recent salary statements. For those persons that are self-employed, what we say to them is that they should bring financial statements, their bank statement, financial statements just to show what is the amount they are actually making, what is their income like, so that we can properly assess them. Other documents members should bring to us is that a government issued ID. They should also bring to us approved house plans from the planning division, along with a letter from planning division. I spoke about a detailed cost estimate from a certified quantity surveyor or architect, and also to as well a valuation report. On that valuation report, there are 3 critical things we look for, which is, again, the current value of your property, the future value of your property, and in between, the bill of quantities, that is the estimates for completing your project too as well. Also too as well, in certain cases, as I mentioned before, once your loan surpasses 150,000, which is what Central covers, we'd expect you to bring a life insurance. The whole idea behind this is that if something were to occur, that your loan will be fully closed off and your estate, that's a legal term, your estate will not be left with a debt. So all what I mentioned may sound like a long list, but really and truly what we are trying to do is to make sure that we get it right the first time. Every document ensures transparency and clarity and the security. And that's what Central is all about. So let's pause for a moment and ask, why Central Credit Union? And it's so obvious. Central, again, I love history. Central is really and truly, it's all about experience. It's about unity. It's about camaraderie. Central emerged in 2007 when the great Portsmouth Cooperative Credit Union decided to make a BB with St. Alphonsus Cooperative Credit Union. And so that beautiful BB, which is Central, was born. Again, I love it. I am so happy to and excited to see that, because this baby now is the number one financial institution, really and truly.
Let's take a break. We'll come back.
Okay.
Come visit Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution, your market solution. Come visit us at Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. You can switch your mortgage, get a new mortgage, refinance your mortgage. We are your market solution. Lock in your interest rate as low as 4.75%. We are your market solution. Up to $100,000 loan protection. It's an easy process and quick application. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. Visit us today at 4244 Federation Drive in Goodwill or Bay Street in Portsmouth. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution.
Central Cooperative Credit Union is encouraging all members to update their account. Members, please present the following at any of our 2 branches. Valid picture ID. This could be a passport, Dominica Social Security card, government-issued ID, such as driver's license or state ID, proof of address, reflecting your name and current address. This document could be a utility bill, hire purchase document, bank statement, bank reference letter, employment letter, or driver's license. Where your driver's license is presented as a proof of address, you will need to present your passport or Dominica Social Security card as identification. While you are at the branch of your choice, please take the opportunity to update the beneficiary to your account. The purpose of this is to ensure that upon your death, the person whom you so desire will get the proceeds to your account. Please visit our Goodwill or Portsmouth branch today. Our friendly and efficient staff are waiting.
Come visit Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution, your market solution. Come visit us at Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. You can switch your mortgage, get a new mortgage, refinance your mortgage. We are your market solution. Lock in your interest rates as low as 4.75%. We are your market solution. Up to $100,000 loan protection. It's an easy process and quick application. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. Visit us today at 4244 Federation Drive in Goodwill or Bay Street in Portsmouth. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution. Terms and conditions.
All right, back to you. Let's talk about vehicle loans, right?
But I just wanted to say something about this, and I'm
I give me some one punch on the radio live on air, man.
She hasn't heard what I have to say. I just wanted to say that I'm finally matched to our advice at Central Credit Union. You know, she got all the advice from Central and used it to her liking. And so I'm so proud of Senator that she now has a new vehicle.
She passed in my lane a couple of weeks ago, and she said, "Man, look me."
All right, man.
Yes, I.
So she used all of the knowledge and wisdom of Central.
Look me.
Nice vehicle. Senators.
Nice vehicle.
Fenric and Jaloi, if you're listening, when I punch Donald Burton live on the radio, he deserves it. Do not come to arrest me, okay? He deserves what he gets. Live on air, he deserves it.
I'm just speaking the facts.
Listen, you all have people, everybody stopping me on the road telling me, that's the vehicle. Everybody want a ride. All right, Matt. Okay, listeners of Q95, as you know, we are in the month of March. No, we're speaking about vehicle loans. If you need a new ride or you need a ride that has, less than 10 years on it, your ride doesn't have to be brand new. It doesn't have to be new. But we finance new and brand new and also new and in between new under 10 years. In some cases, we make an exception for certain vehicles, and we work with you if we think it has some time on it and you can afford it. So, Matt, you want to ride in 2026, in style, and Central has the best rate, 7.99% on vehicle loans, Matt. You can make an appointment to come and see us today. We also have vehicles for sale outside of our branch. No, we are not a dealership, but we have 4 vehicles that we have repossessed. three vehicles that we have repossessed, and those vehicles are also available for sale. So Matt, we want to encourage our members to upgrade their vehicles. You want to have a vehicle that giving you less stress, and I'm speaking from experience. Headache upon headache, fix one part, have to fix another part, fix one part, have to fix another part. And you don't want that problem. You want to have a vehicle that you can afford to not be stressing. Like this morning, the weather was really, 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 really atrocious, and you want to be able to ride comfortable, not sweating while the AC not working. But you know about that. And you want to put the windows up because it's raining. You don't want to get wet, but you hot inside the vehicle, but you know it's Beamer sweating on the rain. You don't want that to happen to you. You want to get a vehicle that works. Okay, Matt and listeners. Okay, so you want to ensure that you have all the necessaries. If you buy a vehicle locally from a dealership, you get an invoice. From somebody else, you get a letter of intent to sell. You're gonna do your credit reports. As you know, the credit reports are very important. It is not for us to know your business, but it's to ensure that we help you to help yourself. So, for example, if you have little loans here, there, and everywhere in these high interest institutions, we try to bring your loans across with your vehicle loan, and we want to ensure that you have a nice small payment that works for you, right? If you're buying a vehicle from somebody, you want to have an assessment report of the vehicle for us, because you don't want to buy somebody I know have a Beamer for sale. The Beamer value is like $2,500, but the person wants to sell the Beamer for $10,000. Now listen, what he planning to do is spray the Beamer and fool you. The person is sitting to my right. You don't want to come with that person to fool you. When you see the Beamer, the thing looking well nice, the thing no good. You want to get an assessment report done from a reputable mechanic and bring that to Central Credit Union. I didn't call anybody name. So you want to ensure you get a full comprehensive insurance quote. Again, you are driving not for you alone, but for you and others. You drive safely, yes, but the other person doing wheelie on their bike and the other person driving into incoming traffic in the morning doesn't think about you that's heading north and they're heading south into incoming traffic. They will run you over and they can cause a really bad accident for you. You want to ensure that you are insured and your vehicle is fully covered on a full comprehensive, so that if that accident happens, that you are safe. So you bring all of this in, you get some shares. Listen, the more shares you own at Central is the more you get back on the shares. We pay dividend on shares every year, and our dividend is really, really good. I myself, I have $1,500 worth of shares at Central, and every year I look forward to my little dividend. As they put it, I take it out for me to take my children out. We're having a good time. All the dividends are paid back to me. So you want to get some shares, and the more shares you own is the more dividends you get back on that. So when you come to get your vehicle loan, there are some shares attached to that product. So it's not anything big. And you can buy, if they tell you need this amount of shares, you can buy some more shares. The more shares you have, the better for you. And Matt, this is what you need to have to get a vehicle loan. All right. So you purchase some shares, you do the credit reports, very important, will help you to make more financial sound decisions. A letter of intent to sell, you want to ensure that the person is not trying to sell the vehicle to you and 6 other people. And after you take the loan, the person sell that to person. I've seen it happen, you think people easy. So the person trying to sell that vehicle to how many different people, and then you come in, you apply for loan, do all the necessary, come to pay for the vehicle no longer exists. All right, you want to ensure, do not write to my people. You want to ensure that you have, you want to ensure that you have the letter of intent to sell, and you are the person and you are on the same page in terms of the vehicle sales. Again, you want to have an assessment report from a reputable mechanic, not from the seller mechanic. Do not take an assessment from the seller's mechanic, because the person to my right has a Beamer for sale. The Beamer value is what? Matt, I said $2,500, but I think the Beamer value is $200. The person wants to sell the vehicle for $10,000. The person can just spread the vehicle and fool you. Do not take assessment report from that person mechanic. You want to bring your own mechanic to get an assessment report done. All right? And you want to, again, get a full comprehensive quote, insurance quote. Again, you want to ensure that you're fully covered, because I'm telling you, the things I see in the morning when I'm on my way to drivers going into incoming traffic, full speed, like as if they don't have no sense. You want to be sure that you are insured because you don't want to have an accident or an incident where you have a vehicle to repair on your hands. All right, because with your loan, when an accident happens, if your vehicle is right off, you want your loan to be fully covered and you want to be able to afford another vehicle without having the stress of having to pay the difference of the vehicle damages, right? Matt, listen to me. I take jabs from that guy for weeks on the radio.
Now it's your turn.
He has a Beamer for sale, trying to get me to sell the Beamer for him.
Uh-oh.
And Matt, the thing falling apart. If you blow it, it will first fall down.
You're saying holes
He
when you drive.
want to sell it for.
You're saying holes in the platform.
Matt, the vehicle do good.
Okay.
It do good. Matt, do buy that. The vehicle do good. And he want me to advise him. No, he know my marketing skills is top notch. So once I pull that out for him, somebody will buy it. But let me tell you something.
You turn it down. The offer.
I don't want to associate myself with scandal. I'm a good person. I'm a good citizen in the Commonwealth of Dominica. I don't associate myself with these kind of scandalous behaviors. I'm not going to do that, Matt. Defend yourself. Let's go.
Donald, you lost for words?
Matt, I'm speechless. I'm speechless because I mean, Matt, let me tell you that if it was somewhere else, Matt, they would have put the senator behind bars. Because I'll be honest with you, in terms of vehicle, Matt, I would never do that to anybody if I were to sell anyone. So you should refer to me. Yes,
just trying to get back at you.
Yeah, but if she actually was following,
Matt, I want to use your platform to ask a question.
Okay, ask a question.
Donna Burton, do you have a Beamer for sale?
Matt, and that's the thing about it, Matt. If she was following me, that she would have realized that I sold my vehicle, Matt.
Nobody didn't buy that, Matt.
So I mean, I'm feeling so sad about that situation, Matt. But good morning. Good morning to you. But Matt, but we will not discuss vehicles. But I'm just happy for the senator. I'm so happy because I'm happy for myself too as well. I do not want to get a call 3 o'clock in the morning, Matt, to tell me that she break down somewhere between Roseau and Marigot. So Matt, I am proud of. We are so proud of her, Matt. But Matt, we want to continue the nice, beautiful conversation because we have this wonderful loan product that we now want to bring across to our members and our prospective members. And this is our green loan product. Central, again, is a champion. Central is leading the way for green efficiency loan product. And I want to start off by saying that this is something practical, timely, and forward-looking. And it's a new lending product that is designed to help our members save money, reduce energy costs, and we see what is actually happening in Iran and in the Middle East right now. And so it's so important that we make sure that we follow this type of events. And that is why Central, again, is leading the way. And what we want is for our members to invest in a more sustainable future. And Central, again, is leading the way. So around us, what we are seeing is that our electricity costs are rising, water resources are under pressure, and climate change is no longer a distant issue. Climate change is here right now. It's happening to us. So all this is it affecting our households, our businesses, our farmers, our fishers, and our community by extension. And so the Green Loan is about giving back to members real financial support and to respond to those challenges in a smart and affordable way. And that is what our Green Loan product is all about. Again, let me just say what it is. Our Green Loan is a dedicated loan facility created specifically to finance environmentally responsible projects. These are projects that reduce energy consumption, improve efficiency, conserve water, and support sustainable living. So it is not really a general loan. It is specific and targeted financing designed to help all of our members to invest in solutions that deliver long-term savings while also protecting the environment, protecting our beautiful, lovely country, Dominica, the nature island of the world. And so this idea is simple. If a project lowers your electricity bill, reduces fuel cost, or improve efficiency, the credit union is prepared. Central Credit Union is prepared to help you to make that investment.
Somebody's asking a question here just via WhatsApp, Matt.
Sure.
I need you to ask them.
Yeah.
If somebody failed in terms of their payments in the past, I mean, they have, I guess, fully recovered, whether your guys would give them a second chance to take another loan. If they have failed before, in other words,
Right.
they have not been, they will not update.
Right,
Case by case.
Case by case. So.
Right. Matt, everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody on this earth. And so, yes, for the member, I will say yes to the member. What I will say is that we will properly assess you
Yes,
and give you the right information in terms and to guide you in terms of your loan. So everybody is welcome to come back. Everybody deserves a second chance. And so, yes to the member.
Okay, so yes.
Member.
All right, thank you. So I just replied yes. Okay, so I'm sure they're listening.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we're going to wrap it up in a little while. So let's do that.
Yes, ma'am. But I also want to bring in the senator because she had some interesting ideas she wanted to bring out for our wonderful reload product.
Yeah, other items on the other paper right now.
Sure.
Okay, Matt. Okay, so part of the green energy loan education process, we try to go through the different things that you can do for green energy loan. So we can educate our members on different things and how they can save and so on. So Matt, one of the things that I would like to talk about this morning is the rainwater harvesting system. So my question to the listeners that did you know that a rainwater harvesting system is highly energy efficient because it reduces the need for energy intensive tap water treatment and pumping. Simple gravity fed systems for irrigation use uses no electricity at all, while pump systems for indoor use still offer significant long-term energy savings. Rainwater harvesting systems, capture, filter, and store rain from roofs for later use in irrigation, toilet flushing, washing, and watering plants in the garden, reducing tap water demand by up to 50%. So, Matt, imagine if you have a rainwater harvesting system. Do you know how that's going to reduce your water bill? And also, you want to have, like, Matt, I learned this trick, right, from my seamstress, that I should use rainwater in my iron as opposed to water from the tap. Yeah, so now I have to collect. So if you see me with a pail outside collecting water, it's for my iron. So I learned that from my. Yeah, So she I was like, oh, she's like, yeah, I don't use. You see her like bottles of water by her when you go to her house. It's like, oh, this is for the iron. So she pours the water from her, but she collects it outside, and she uses that. So Matt, you have you thinking like how the natural water that you use can benefit you on so many ways that you yourself didn't even know, right?
Never knew that before.
I didn't know. I learned it from her. So at Central, we recognize that home energy efficiency, renewable energy, clean transportation, and water conservation makes a healthy home. So we want you to energize your future with our green energy loan. Okay, so our smart finances, 6% interest rate. 10 years payback, 100% financing. As you know, green is gold, green is energy saving. And Matt, we want to give them our numbers, as we always do, 275-5902 and 275-2891 to book their appointment. They can also visit our website, www.mycccoa.com. And Matt, they could also email us at contact@mycccoa.com, or they could email our loans department, loans@mycccoa.com. You can call us, WhatsApp us, or both numbers, 275-5902 and 275-2891 are numbers on WhatsApp. And I know a lot of listeners, they get my number. I suspect it's mother giving it to them, and they messaging me all times. And of course, I attend to everybody's request. And if I don't have the information, because I don't know everything, I go to the person to the right, who pretty much
the follow-up,
the loans, he has the loans covered, so I go to him for information as it relates to loans, because most of the requests I get sorry about loans, right? So we are available to take your questions, and we're available to speak to you about the different things. On our next call with Matt, we'll speak more about the purchasing solar panels, with the green energy load. And I will remind you about the rainwater harvesting system, which I think is really cool. That's what my father had on his farm. Well, he still has it. They have tap water now, but that's what he's used for years. I think they only have tap water like 5 years. They don't have tap water a lot. My father had his own rainwater harvesting system, and it was just really cool. My father is so creative. And he had like this drum collecting water. You could pour, like he put the pipe, and that would pour water. You'd be getting water from the tap. Like the boy have skills. So like he had his own system, and that worked as
She
well.
sounds like a spoiled girl.
Yes, Matt. And I think she missed out something very critical.
Yes.
And I'm just happy to see that also too as well in the green loan product. We have what you call we are actually funding electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles too as well. So I'm going to promise the senator that my next vehicle is going to be an electric vehicle.
I
want
to consider that.
And I already have the money because, as I said to her, I sold my vehicle, so I have the money there, and I'm just putting it aside.
I am very sure an electric vehicle is not $2,000. I have how much is the vehicle? $2,000 for the electric.
So and
It's
again
cheaper
too
to
as
bring
well.
in here.
Yes.
It's cheaper to bring in.
Yes.
It's not $2,000.
And the wonderful thing about this green loan product is that it comes at an affordable rate. Our interest rate on our green loan is as low as 6% per annum on the reducing balance. I like figures, so it equates to 0.5, which is 0.5% every month. That's the interest on all green energy loans. So I'm moving towards my new vehicle and electric vehicle, that is, and I will one of those days the nice senator will see the vehicle I'm talking about. She will see and she will now follow suit as she always does. I'm so happy, again, excited about our green loan product, Matt, and we are Central is asking our members to come in and let's talk about green loan products.
All right.
Matt, let me just say one thing. Okay, let me say good morning to Mr. Alistair Irish. Alistair is listening. Burton Alistair told me to tell you.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
He said, tell Mr. Burton he owed me for my slogan. TCCUL is the best financial institution in 767. Okay?
Wow.
Good morning, I am listening. So
that's so true.
you
Good morning to
thief Alistair thing.
Well, I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Irish, but Mr. Irish is a very good gentleman. We always have good conversation.
Yeah, he's one
And
of
that's
our
one of our
members.
greatest
Let me
members,
tell you.
best
Yes,
members.
yes,
And he always pushes Central Credit
always
Union.
push Central, and he's always
Mr.
pays his goal on
Irish
time.
have a
He's
great
very
day
very
today.
good. Alistair is one of our
He's one of
regular-
our model member.
ambassadors. Yes.
Yes, we
So
appreciate,
he,
we
man.
appreciate him.
And yeah, we
Always
support his
picks up
small
Central.
business, and he makes it happen for himself and his family, and he definitely he says Central made it happen for him.
That's
And
a
we're very
wonderful
happy with
gentleman.
him.
That's our boy.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. So, Alistair, good morning to all our members, our listeners, our members who continue to promote us. Like nice, always pushes Central as well. Nice. When you hear nice speak about Central, you would think there is no other financial institution ever. When nice speaks about Central, nice promotes Central, he speaks so good about Central. And to all our members who push us all the time, who speaks about us, thank you so much. Your referrals, get members to come in because you tell them about your good experiences with us. And we just want to thank all our members, all our staff. Thank you for all the good work that you do. Without you, there's no Central. To our volunteers, thank you for volunteering to ensure that everything works well.
Before you go,
for the
some
institution.
member is saying, can you say the numbers again? You're saying it too fast. So take your time.
Okay,
Take your time.
member, I'm going to take my time. For the loans department, 767-275-5902. 767-275-5902. 767-275-2891. 767-275-2891. Follow us on Facebook, Central Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Follow us on Instagram, CCCULTD. Follow us on Twitter, CCCU-LTD. Visit our website, mycccul.com. Email us, contact@mycccul.com. Visit us at Goodwill or Portsmouth.
Thank you. No, I just learned there, just from what you said a little while ago, somebody sent me some information to suggest there, Senator, that the chlorine in the water is not good for the iron. So that's the technical.
Thank you very much. I learned something else. So now I can tell people the chlorine in the water is not good for the iron. Collect your rainwater. All right. Thank you to the person who sent that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Matt, it's always a pleasure to
Have a
be
great one.
here. You
It
too.
was nice seeing you in Marigot yesterday.
Yes, Matt, it was a sad weekend for me. I had 2 funerals this weekend. My uncle on Saturday was very simple guy, very nice guy. I know he passed, and we had a send off for him on Saturday. And yesterday was Miss Kathleen, that Delbert's mom. Is also somebody is very important to me. Miss Kathleen. My godparents. Everybody's your mother. Everybody's your father. You go by Miss Kathleen, you get something to eat. Miss Kathleen come out, she talk to you. She say, "Hey, you coming here? The car coming."
The car.
The car. She had the most beautiful smile. Miss Kathleen was so welcoming. So it was a sad time for me this weekend because when a parent dies, my parent, everybody's your mother, everybody's your father. That's how we were raised, and that's how we're trying to raise our children as well. Community parent.
All right. Well, folks, see you again sometime.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you to
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Come visit us at Central Cooperative Credit Union. Your mortgage solution, come get your mortgage. You can switch your mortgage, get a new mortgage, refinance your mortgage. We are your mortgage solution. Lock in your interest rates as low as 4.75%. We are your mortgage solution. Up to $100,000 loan protection. It's an easy process and quick application. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution. Come get your mortgage. Visit us today at 4244 Federation Drive in Goodwill or Bay Street in Portsmouth. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution.
Central Cooperative Credit Union is encouraging all members to update their account. Members, please present the following at any of our 2 branches. Valid picture ID. This could be a passport, Dominica Social Security card, government-issued ID, such as driver's license or state ID, proof of address, reflecting your name and current address. This document could be a utility bill, hire purchase document, bank statement, bank reference letter, employment letter, or driver's license. Where your driver's license is presented as a proof of address, you will need to present your passport or Dominica Social Security card as identification. While you are at the branch of your choice, please take the opportunity to update the beneficiary to your account. The purpose of this is to ensure that upon your death, the person whom you so desire will get the proceeds to your account. Please visit our Goodwill or Portsmouth branch today. Our friendly and efficient staff are waiting.
This lady asked me, "Sorry, sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about?" I said, "Ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagico. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valves to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installation. Just watch out for the green and orange building.
So reach out and touch somebody's hand, huh? Because following up on the subject we had this morning. If we can.
Take a little time out of your busy day to give encouragement to someone who's lost the way. Or would I be talking too strong if I asked you to share a problem that's not your own?
We're back on the subject of assisting our. Some people refer to them as power. Some people don't like using that word. The less fortunate, huh? Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Ella, talk to me on the telephone, yeah?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Good morning, Matt. My heart is hurting.
Your heart is hurting?
Yeah, man. Matt has been going on. Junior gives me 16 years. I'm suffering with my son who has a mental. That's the same person who Ferrier gave me number there.
Yeah.
So that gets your number?
Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes. But
It
you
has been
see,
16 years since 2009. My son fell down, and if I alone, Matt, I don't have no help. My mother died, my father died. I don't have nobody to help me. Matt, he has a mental problem and he's still on drugs. And Matt, I am suffering as a mother. I voted. Masquerade. I went in her office.
Melissa.
I spoke to her. Yes, I told her the only thing I wanted to do for me when I'm voting for you is to make a rehab. She said me, yes. Want to vote for me? Matt, I vote for that lady, Matt. And up till now, that lady has not put a rehab in Dominica. You think I got to put an X for that lady again? It's impossible. It's just impossible for me to put an X for that lady again.
So you say she promised you a rehab when you gave her the vote.
I went in her office.
Okay.
I went in her office and I spoke to her and I told her my situation. I told her I am a hardworking woman. I don't come for money. At that time they were giving money, sharing money. Everybody, I told her, let me tell you something. I don't come for any office. I told her that. I told her, let me tell you something. I don't come for your money. I'm a hardworking woman. But what I want you to do for me, please, and it's just me alone that's suffering from that problem. It has other children that behind me that will suffer. We need a rehab in Dominica. She said, yes. As long as you vote for me, I will not that woman there 5 years and maybe going on more. And up to now that woman has made that is my cry. I am suffering and my son is suffering. When he fell down, he was 19 years. 19 to 20. Right now he's 36 years and June will give him 47 years. Matt is getting blows. People hitting him. Matt, I'm just helpless. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to, I just need help. I just need help.
We feel your pain.
He was living in my downstairs, but because of the drugs, my husband put him outside. And he's sleeping anywhere. But anywhere he's sleeping, people are beating him. People he coming by me with, I feed him. I give him food. I cook whenever he has dirty clothes, I wash it. But people hitting him. He coming home with scratch on him because he's on the drugs. And I need help. And I tired give them a free. If you go in Facebook, you see me giving them a free. I tired give them a free. I don't want that government again. Enough is enough. Time for them to come out there.
Okay, mommy, thank you. That's a mother pleading there. She needs help. Franklin. That's indicated.
And that is the continual request from people. But where do we begin? Where do we start? Okay, so here we have some delicious news. Is that there's a group of people, many of us are actually part of the system. We've either had bipolar, depression. There's one person there who's alcoholic, who has been an alcoholic, and everybody, broken people, now are becoming chosen people with that responsibility for establishing a place of coming together. Because as we continually say, yours may be diabetes, your neighbors is hyperpressure, and none of you decided that you by 35, 40, 50, 60, I want to be a successful hyperpressure professional. And it happens, particularly when it comes to chemicals and the human genetic makeup. Even people in the Bible, like Elijah, I know had bipolar. Elijah Nebuchadnezzar, who says, I did this, whatever it is. And we all have our own little problems and difficulties to go to. And the other thing is, I've recognized that the majority of people who are now showing signs of losing it are younger generation, particularly men. So in counting, I know that there are 5 fragrant women in Roseau. I don't see Liz anymore. Liz is another one I have to check upon. But there are 24 men.
You've checked.
And and the one we saw this morning, they're 25. Did you meet the other guy? I was telling, he was very happy and jovial when we met, and I met him at the psych unit, and then he came up excited. And I saw him back on the street again. Because it's not that if you take your medication, we command you to take our medication. But then you take the medication and it's a human condition. No, you will not have much sympathy. Although there are a number of persons who have tremendous concerns and sympathies, unless it happens to you, or somebody close to you, then it just
according to Dominic, when you reach on your doorstep.
When reaching your doorstep. So the lady is saying that she has no help. She has a son, he fell at 19, he's 33, still going through. So if we know what are the parameters of the law of the Commonwealth of Dominica constitutionally, what are the rules? Does a policeman have a right or anybody to meet the guy by the police station who lives in the gutter and beat him up in front of the police station and nobody does anything?
Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, good morning.
Yes, Matt.
Yes, ma'am.
Years ago, you didn't even born. They had a rehab center, but it's right up around Patsfly City, but I don't know under which government and whatever it is. So what I'm saying, right, you have to give a person their flowers while they're alive. People like Norris Prevost, Sonia Felix 911, people like Bernard and Jasmine, Valda Henry, right, Hazel, Edward, people like Frances Cassinda P, Bolo, all these people and others who are helping them vagrants. And, so give them their flowers. If it wasn't for these people, maybe this vagrants and paro would be double, bubble, and breaking an open place. So these people that assist them, Aswa Bolo, all of them, Valda Henry, by the Arch, and others, Bernard and Jasmine, Hazel, up to on Sunday, a fella was cutting grass for me there, Mr. White from Fields Lane, and he say he going by Hazel, from Hazel, they're going by Frances, and then by Prevost. God bless all these people, my brother Sonia. Let's give them little change. Sometimes it don't even have paros and vagrants. Other people that go by Sonia, she helping them, Bolo, everybody.
All right, no, Marlon, thank you very much. Thank you. 449-309-596 and 97. Yes, but we need the help. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Yes.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yes. Every time you speak about those things, people don't say, "Oh, you cannot blame the government for everything." But not the government needs to be blamed, because when a government sits in the parliament and you put a law in place where you say that you legalize 1 ounce of marijuana, you give the young people license to smoke marijuana, and you're telling me that you have nothing in place for even kids. You know that what's going to happen. You know exactly what was going to happen. But because of your political game, you run in parliament and legalize 1 ounce of marijuana and giving the young people 3 trees in the yard to plant. So which means you give them license to smoke. So that will happen. And then you don't have no form of courtesy to put together, to put a rehab in Dominica to help our young people. But the churches taking the government money and they're making concerts. They're taking the government money and they're calling it offering. And none of the churches have not approached the government and asked the government to put a rehab in Dominica to help the young people that is on drugs in Dominica, our young men, our young ladies. It just hurt my heart to see young men on the road of Roseau, and not only Roseau, all around Dominica. Because why? They hide on something. Matt, do you see what happened in St. Joseph and 2 days ago, Matt?
I heard about it.
Matt, this young man always in anger. It's because of what he's taking. He's always in an anger. And see what happened to him. Even his parents he wanted to kill. Because he always high on something. How long are we going to stay like that? How long our country going to be suffering, waiting for our government to do good for us? All the government wants to do is to stay in power, get rich, and make the French rich. And that's all. And they're coming to the people and they're asking them to allow them to stay in power so that they can be rich. If you just imagine a government another time. No reason to time for that. Have a good morning.
Have a good morning. Yes, Franklin?
Just a basic heads up. We have a little heads up here.
Mm-hmm.
It goes like this. Okay.
Definitions of trauma may vary, but the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, uses the following definition. Individual trauma results from an event, series of events, or set of circumstances that is experienced by an individual as physically or emotionally harmful or life-threatening, and that has lasting adverse effects on the individual's functioning and mental, physical, social, emotional, and spiritual well-being. There are many types of potentially traumatic events that a child can experience that include, but are not limited to, neglect, physical or sexual abuse or exploitation, psychological or verbal abuse, natural disasters, terrorism, and community and school violence, witnessing or experiencing intimate partner violence, refugee or immigrant experiences, racism, loss of a loved one, serious accidents or life-threatening illness, family stressors, and many, many other types of trauma.
Okay, as we talk about the traumas, one of the things that we've recognized, okay, there's one little slim Antonio, slim red-skinned guy from Vegas. He was always in town. I'm asking for, you have $1? I need $1. I want $1. The red-skinned one. He has his parents, but his mom doesn't live in Dominica. No, she's told me she's trying her absolute best, but he wants to have his way. He wants to go his way, and she doesn't understand because he has the education and everything like that. So that is for her, that is within her purview to deal with that because his mom is alive. But the fact that even if he has you never hear that some bad things can happen to some good parents or good few kids, but he came from a good family. The fact that, Matt, apart from the football, what are the sports facilities that we have where young people, young men and women can exert the additional energy that we have? And what are the sports facilities that are here? What are the entertainment opportunities that we have? We don't have young people with dance groups and things that would keep us busy when we were young. When we were young, that was marijuana, smoking, and drugs. We didn't even know about that. What we know was Windsor Park football and cricket and being competitive. And basketball. No, there's none of that. So in the loss of that, in the void of that, things happen. And don't want to get any political, but there's something has to be done because it's increasing in volume, and that's just Roseau. I know there are other places like Portsmouth and other places that it has become. It doesn't have this rehab. Doesn't have to be in Roseau. It could be anywhere in Dominica, as long as it's away from society, where people can get rehabilitated and be functioning to be put back into society and become of benefit to ourselves. I'm not saying to themselves, to ourselves, because people with mental illness are fighting battles you cannot see. There's sometimes when you want to rest, and some of us. Your brain just doesn't stop working, and your brain is the one that consumes most of your calories in your body, almost 60% or 70% of the calories, no matter what you eat. So there are different physiological and mental things so the psych unit is doing a good job. Yeah, but there is room for improvement. Yes, there's room because sometimes it's like a revolving door. 2 weeks you go to the hospital, and 3 weeks you're out, and then you go back and it becomes a revolving door.
Somebody saying from Brooklyn, Matt, good morning. It's not drugs alone that making the men get mad. But the woman eating all the men's money and they are not getting sex. They are calling on them woman cutting their pockets. Is that your experience? I don't know. But for now, because everybody's saying something has a story or not. I have a brother who get mad from the woman syndrome. So maybe that's you're talking from experience.
But no, Matt, that is you would be surprised that this, okay, we're in what month? We're in March?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so January, end of January, beginning February, just prior to during the carnival season. This guy is coming to tell me, you see this couple over there? You see the girl with the pants? She literally have the pants over this guy. And before the night was over, when we were going out of the function, everybody, particularly at least 10 of us, witnessed the wife slap. Excuse me, she slapped her husband in public. And everybody's looking like, what? I mean, so a number of men are going through a lot of depression or depressive environments, and so they stay in the rum shop. They don't want to go home. So it can be a situation at work, at home.
At home can be stressful. Yeah. Hello, talk to me, yes? Hello? Hello? About a call back, okay? We need to get this rehab going there.
Make this world a better place. If you can reach out and touch somebody's hand.
Somebody says, Matt, the government don't give a shit about mental illness. About 3 years ago, a well-educated neurologist brought forth a proposal to establish a mental home that would get the vagrants out of the street, out off the street. His doctor has many mental clinics in another country, and yes, I said it, many. He asked to open one in his country with the assistance of the government. All the prime minister asked him who was supporting him. But up to this day, the proposal is sitting with the prime minister's office. But the government, yes, I think you're saying the same thing. All right, so somebody's willing to help according to this text message, but no response from the government, huh?
Yeah, I mean, right on my, sorry, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, on my phone right here, we have a volunteer, a friend of ours, and that individual who doesn't live in Dominica, but who's Dominican, has sent us in less than 21 days a proposal plan. And we intend to have other facilities put in there, but we have a basic working, functioning plan, and we have it now. When we have another lady who lived in the States in the U.S. Army, and she's the General International Secretary. So we're seeing how we can get funding from secure funds, from what they call grant funding from Canada, wherever. And so we're trying our best and put together. So when we approach whoever we have to approach, in fact,
if a lot of people are now suggesting that, I'm getting a lot of text messages that they've approached government to deal with these issues, but they're not getting any assistance or help. Would that indicate that they don't care? Is that the truth? I have to ask them myself.
Well, maybe 6 million Frenchmen cannot be wrong.
I don't think it's a priority. Do they really? Oh, it's not a priority.
I don't think it's a priority.
For them, it's not a priority.
If sports is not a priority, I don't think even that, because it's at least $1 million investment. Because it's not just a 1 week, 1 month.
We have a lot of $1 million flying around. So
yeah,
at least one.
Yeah, I mean, just a place of shelter, because you would like to have a place of shelter. Okay, here's a classic example. I'm always thinking about it. During hurricane, because I was on the street during COVID, there was no food, no restaurant, nowhere open except the Catholic Church in Hazel, Ras Hazel and Hillsborough Street. So there's so many contingencies that you take into consideration. There's a continuity. You don't want people to just come and stay there forever. You would like people to have what is called recovered, and because through medication you can recover. And then you need to have entertainment, and you have to plan to have a little library, a little games room, and things of that sort. Movie house, a little something, because you must find things to do. You must.
So let's conclude. Government is not interested or not a priority for them.
We, the group.
Can we conclude this?
Yeah, I'm not going to say me, and we are going to approach the government again.
Hello, on the telephone. Are you there? Yes. Caller, are you there? No, you're not. Let's move on. Are you there?
Yes, madam dear. Good morning to you, and good morning to Franklin.
Good morning.
Can you do us a favor, please? When you meet Tong, Mr. Tong, what's his name? The young one.
Robbie
Tong. Speak to Robbie Tong. Ask Robbie Tong, what about the proposal of the rehab center? He said he was interested in building in Roseau for the people they call in Paros in Roseau. Ask Robbie Tong about that, his big conference, his big talk show he had at the Arawak House of Culture. Ask Robbie Tong about that, please. He involved with the government, so ask Robbie Tong what's going on about that. And if he ever got money for that, what happened to that? Ask him.
I'll ask him. I'll send him a text. He's my schoolmate. I'll send him a text. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, 449-3095-96 and 97. Again, somebody, reach out and touch. My observation, I see this young boy who was a beggar by Fresh Market. created employment for himself, pushing his wheelbarrow, carrying load for shoppers. Yes,
yes, I should have mentioned that. And I look at him and I'm like, how they say he's not enterprising? I mean,
very enterprising.
Yeah,
very enterprising.
Yes, no, that is that case in particular. I wish there was a newspaper who would highlight that. There was a time when he goes around. There's another young guy in Roseau. He has gray eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name now. He's always well dressed. He lives in the street. You can tell people bring him breakfast and lunch and dinner. Somebody would remember him. There's a guy. He has a little gray eyes. He always sucks his finger, his thumb.
I
can't remember his name now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. They tell me when he doesn't really have a place of abode to say, he's always clean, and he's so he may be a vagrant, so to speak, but he's an example in that he's always clean, and then he's always more upbeat and more. He doesn't look for trouble. You send him to do a message and things of that sort. Now there are many parents who can be. If that happens, then what they were doing, you can just revisit it. For instance, many of the parents are by the bridge washing the cars. Why not open a car wash for them? Somebody become the manager. Get the soap, get the water, get the hose, whatever it is, and so they organize them, and then the people bring their cars in that area. That's where the parents work. You take out your money, your bag, and whatever it is that they may steal, and you let them wash it. So therefore, they would take, maybe there's an organization that takes.
I think it was happening on the Bayfront, but some official, some government or some Wasco official may have turned off the pipe on them, and they were very upset about it.
Yeah, and there's some people with properties. I know 3 properties that were bolted down, that the parents, the vagrants would go there to shelter to sleep if it's raining, and the people have put that empty property, empty lot, but they put a lock on the door, and so basically there's Duke Craze by Burton and Gideon, the guy who does the karates in Hillsborough Street, and so they have the domain, but it's still outside.
They shut them off.
Yeah,
shut them down.
Oh, and there is this one is called Katzo. For those of you who use the bus from, I think it's Maho. Okay, the Little River Street there.
The name you're looking for in terms of the sock and fingers, his name is Tyrone. That's it.
That's it, Tyrone. Yeah. So I was saying, so Katzo is the guy who sits by the bus stop on the grass, by the tires there. Now Katza was admitted to the psych unit for about 3 weeks. He came back and he was able to talk normally, naturally, but without follow-up. In other words, there's no place to get a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, or a bathe. It doesn't have to be a place where you stay permanently. There's some people who want to go and do a job. Some people do landscaping, some people do cutting, they call it the bottles, and then you come back to sleep, to bathe and sleep. And it's just a sacrifice you have to make for brothers and sisters.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
But I would like to congratulate all you on the wonderful job all you were doing.
Thank you.
I am one of the concerned citizens that is always concerned about the young guys on the road. It really bothers me because I used to always say, why doesn't they build a facility to put them? There are some that many counseling, there are some that many prayers, there are some that only need a family to talk to. And because they cannot get this thing, that is why they're on the road. I have a neighbor that is on the road, and he was all posted up on Facebook, and when I saw that, it hurt me. So I had to go to town to go and get the police to take him off the road because I say, when he's on the road, people are going to beat him up. So I am so grateful that he's up there in the facility that he can get himself killed. But sometimes when they are back on the street, there is nobody to guide them. Yes, they give them the medication to take it, and there is nobody to supervise them. You ask them if they take the medication, they tell you yes. But sometimes it is not their fault because the people are supposed to be there for them and not there for them. And they doesn't get help and they will be back on the streets again where they get into into the rehab again. So that's my contribution.
Thank you. Yes, Franklin?
She said she's perfect. What she just said there, and I had it in my mind, but I forgot it. Some people who the neglect happens in various ways, and unless you have a professional who from the Ministry of Social Services, I know that then Lester is there and the other professionals are there to talk with people to understand their social temperature, their mental temperature, to find out where they are. And you need a professional. So there's a group of professionals who are here in Dominica with the social services and in the psych unit. There are about 3 doctors. Dr. Nesty is back. So there are about 4 doctors here now at the psych unit. And as you said, but who the support is not there. Yeah, you have to take your medication. Sometimes you run out of medication. You may not have money to get your medication. Medication is not cheap. Okay, so how does a paro get medication? Only at the hospital. Yeah, you can get it for free. And then the hospital doesn't have it. Then you must go to wherever and buy it. Where does the paro get the money back? Let's continue.
Wellness tourism is a proactive way and is one of the top tourism products and people travel to maintain management and improve well-being and health. Dominica in itself is a gold mine for health and wellness, but the vision of leadership is limited, and our people who are challenged in health and wellness suffer from the lack of vision. A rehab center that can accommodate our people with hands that can help other countries would be a good place to start. A government who cares, prioritizes health and wellness of all.
Yeah.
Rehab is a necessity.
Yeah, and if the word rehab, which is a short word for rehabilitation, is too tight, I think the lady who called prior to that, excellent, and we need to put that in the news. And also, maybe we could change the name to Health and Wellness in case rehab sounds too frightening. Your Health and Wellness Center or things of that sort.
We need to forget the glamour of government and start doubling down on the dirty work in the interests of all people. That's a WhatsApp message. All right. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yes.
Hey, Matt. Yeah, good morning to you and Franklin. I'm driving, so I don't know if you hear the wind in the background. But that same young man that sucks his finger that Franklin was talking about, I know him, right? I know him very well. He's still around by the market area there, Washington area. That's where I know him. I knew him as a little boy. But the thing about it is, though, when I knew him, he wasn't a paro. Okay, he was a little boy. As a matter of fact, I think he's about the same age with my son. Okay, I think he's in his 25, somewhere about there. And he wasn't a paro. It just seems to me that he had a hard time growing up. I think his parent or his mother was around, but he was always on the streets, even as a little boy. So my question is, what happens to these kids? They didn't grow up being a paro, They didn't grow up being a paro. They grew up having a hard lifestyle. Maybe they don't have breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever the case may be. Maybe they couldn't even go to school. So these kids, I think they need to be given priority because you're going to have more kids in that same predicament. And is it going to be the same reoccurring decimal all the time because there's no help for them? So this is this is my problem with, I don't want to say the government, but the people that are in authority. They need to do something about these kids, man, because it's getting worse and worse and worse. All right, man. And
every week.
Thank you. Yeah, Matt, as he just said, really, really, everybody's giving great perspective as we try to target, give a timeline. At least by the end of 2026, at least let's say by independence. By independence, we should have at least, we'll have no land. We need land. Okay, so let's say the things that we need. We need land, we need professionals, and we need committed people. Obviously, there has to be a kitchen, laundry, transportation, medication, training. So it's multifaceted. It doesn't happen overnight. But Rome wasn't built in a day, but Rome was built anyway. Oh, just coming in. Franklin, if you want Antonio, somebody text me if you want Antonio's story. Well, I don't know why Antonio, because one day he said to me, I gave him a drink and he says, I love you. I'm like, but two days ago he cussed me out. And no, he said, so I realized because I've been this, I understand. So if somebody's remembering Totes, Irvin Totes, Augustine, he is was the first FIFA trained referee in Dominica, in the Caribbean, and he worked in the port, and whatever happened, and he ended up, and he's dead now, and many others, great treasures of the country.
Oh boy. Hello, talk to me. The telephones are going crazy. Yes. Yeah.
Good morning, Matt. Honorable
Morning.
Matt Kelsey.
Morning.
And the most honorable icon here, Dominica's icon, Franklin Peter Moses.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your contribution to social development. You know, what worries and troubles me immensely is this. It was so easy to find $75 million to go to give one person, to give a person a grant to build a hotel in a saturated environment. In other words, occupancy, we knew when they gave the money, the government knew that hotel occupancy was like very low. And here are three important issues, infrastructural elements that have the government, social government is talking about things they need, a laundry. $75 million could easily give us an improved library, the cultural center, and a proper rehabilitation center, where we would have these people engage in activity. Those persons that need psychiatric help, probably all of them, could get that. And they could have a system where they could be planting. Dominica is a very rich environment. Get a place where they could plant food, learn skills, and perhaps over time they'll be self-sufficient. They will be able to make sufficient money to at least provide the basic needs of that institution. So it tells us a lot about a country, about a government, a Labour Party government that has neglected those three areas I mentioned. The library, so people be encouraged to read. That's a place I was brought up, reading all sorts of books. They could have a more advanced library in IT and stuff like that. And, you know, the public libraries are melting away, deteriorating away. And the House of Culture, and a place to ensure that our citizens who are in need, who have certain challenges, could get an appropriate environment so they could be protected. I'm saying you cannot eliminate that situation at all, but at least it would reduce the problem, the scale of the problem in Dominica, if you pay attention to those things. So that is possible. So it worries me that $75 million could so easily be expended, given as a grant for a person to build another hotel, and I see another one coming up in Newtown, when all these important infrastructural things are neglected. So I'm saying we have to reset, because I don't think our government is going to listen to all these fancy ideas that we're giving. They are expended, they are tired, and we really need to put something new, something, a change that will pay attention to the social and creative and educational needs of the Dominican citizens. Great job, gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity to express.
Thank you.
We can change things if we stop living. We just touch somebody's hands, reach out and touch. You just touch somebody's hands. If you can.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lyrics of the song are reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world.
We get a lot of calls here this morning. Everybody seems very interested in that. I'm hoping that the government officials are listening there.
I want you to
Trying to make this a priority.
the person next to you.
You know, some people are actually volunteering, Matt. I'll be a cook. I volunteer. Yes, a lot of people are, you know.
It's interesting that you said that. Two people said to me, listen, all we want to do is to cook. Good news too. We have a friend who lives in New York. She has a property somewhere in Pottersville, and she's willing to volunteer the downstairs to start initially, but because she just bought the property, she wants to make a little cover cash for the downstairs for the time being. But she has committed that. We don't know as yet until the time.
There's a lot of people out there with land, acres of land doing nothing.
Not only that, Matt, there are a number of premises in Mozo that are abandoned. Now, if somebody goes in there to shelter or to seek some protection, the owner comes and put them out and put a padlock.
On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes.
Matt, good morning to you and good morning to your listeners at this time. Matt, as you know, this is a topic that's extremely important to me. I have been a huge advocate for mental health for quite a number of years. I've always said that it's a very thin line between sanity and insanity. And many of us, yes, we scorn our faces when we come across homeless people on the streets. Many of them can be a bit harassing, sometimes even aggressive. But the question is, how did it begin? How did it begin? And I don't think none of us ever walk on the streets and would actually come across someone whom we defined or characterized as a vagrant or a paro, that we just see them on the street looking normal, dressed up well, looking clean. So it shows that based on the symptoms, the signs that are visible, that a lot of it begins with psychosocial issues. So it means that we have to look back at the genesis. What are some of the variables? What are some of the issues that are affecting our young people so much to the point that the mental wellness is compromised? They become hopeless. They become almost like aimless, so to speak, and they end up on the streets. What actually started all of that? The drugs is one of the activities or one of the substances that augments the whole thing and make it worse. But we really have to look at the psychosocial issues. How much is done? I've always been one, and I'm glad that we do have another psychiatrist on island. Because I always kept on saying, for an island of about 70,000 people, how could an island of 70,000 people have only one psychiatrist? That just seems so impractical, and at the same time, that psychiatrist will end up dying of burnout. How do you deal with not just measuring but evaluating people's mental state? And I've always said, many of us who seem normal, we function practically well on the road. We go to work every day. But many of us do suffer with mental health challenges as well. Sometimes we have some sort of support. Sometimes we have our own coping mechanisms that helps us. But sometimes those coping mechanisms that we utilize or we think that is working for us may sometimes fail us too. And we could find ourselves very much in the kind of predicament that many people do. So I think we really need to have, I think what might be important is to have a symposium on this situation where all stakeholders are part, the social workers, the psychologists, psychiatrists, environmental health people that the business community, the police, all people that basically makes up parts of the society. How do we get these psychosocial issues that seem to be affecting us so badly? How do we address them early, and so that it does not lead to what we're seeing now? Because what we're seeing is actually evidence-based, but there were precipitating factors that were there way before that actual display that we're seeing. So I think it has to be a broader discussion. I understand how easy it is for us to blame people and blame society and blame government and blame all of this. But we also have to look too as to how we socialize our children, what type of conversations we have with them, how do we listen to them too, because many of our children are scarred by issues and forms of abuse, and sometimes we deny, we ignore, we deny the accusations, and we see now how some of these issues are affecting the personalities of individuals. Yes, the proportion is we see more males on the street, but we do have lots and many women who are suffering with mental health issues and emotional issues that stemmed due to abuses, sometimes sexual, different types of abuses. And so I think it has to be a collective conversation, one that is a bit more comprehensive and broader than maybe some of the points that we bring it out this morning.
All right. Thank you, Carlton.
I can volunteer 2 days of my time every week.
Yeah, that?
I can volunteer 2 days of my time every week to come and cook and clean and wash all them. I can volunteer 2 days of my time every week if we live to see when it comes through. I can volunteer 2 days of my time. Okay, Matt?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jennifer, also for volunteering up the place in the premises. And all the other persons who are thinking about something, we're moving by faith. We're really moving by faith. Thank you very much, Nix. I'm sorry to do that, but however, everybody is putting. Also, we have another chief architect here in Dominica who's also volunteered to really collaborate with us and tell us how we can cut corners and making sure that everything works and is functional and is foundational and will be long lasting. We're looking for experts. We're not the experts. With some people, there's some people who build, there's some people who draw, there's some people who think, there's some people who can sponsor financially. There's this lady who called. I have another lady, so that's maybe a 2 or 3 of you all already by shift will be in the kitchen. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then there's this shift department. So we're looking for manager also.
Lyrics of the song are reach out and touch somebody's hand.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand.
Better place.
That's the focus here. Hello, let's let it become a reality. Hello, talk to me. We've been talking. Yes, good morning.
Morning to you, Frank. Franklin, morning to you, and morning to your listeners.
Yes.
That is a passion for me, dealing with people like this. And we really need a rehab in Dominica that will help the people, because most people are homeless. Some of them are on the street. They will sleep outside of a business place. I see them sleep outside of Jolly's, outside of Najiko. Can you imagine? I was driving my vehicle going to town one night and I saw a man lying on the Najiko mat. I felt so hurt. I went back to my home to get 2 blankets, put one down for him to lie down, a pillow, and one to cover himself. Because the Bible tells you, whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, you do it unto me. I know there are a lot of parents who try their best with their challenging children, Matt. Some of them can manage and some of them cannot manage. Some of them need help. But, Matt, some of us to use them. Because there's one Matt who walks the street and whenever he's hungry, he comes to my home. And sometimes in my trash bin outside, he takes it for plastic of garbage and then he goes upstairs to my mother's bin outside and he throw it there. And then I'll just give him $50. At one day he come to my home, he's all wet and so forth. And I say, why are you doing under the rain? He said, I was coming to get something to eat by you and the rain wet me down. Anyway, before I give him anything to eat, I took him to my bathroom. I make him bathe in hot water. I had another friend. The friend said, are you making him come in your bathroom? I said, but it's somebody's child. It's a human being. And that is our problem.
True.
That is our problem. We tend to think because they're in the situation, we take advantage of them. I had him take a warm bath. I give him soap. I give him a thing, and I make him feel. When I finish, I take a clean bath towel. I give him. I tell him dry yourself. Then I give him a boxer. I give him new boxer. I give him pants. I give him shirt. I give him roll on. I give him spray. I make him feel comfortable. I give him comb. I make him comb easy. I put his perfume on him, and then I give him a nice breakfast, Matt. And then I give him shoes to put in his feet because his shoes is all wet and thing. And I say, make sure once you don't have, you come to my home, because that's what pleases Jehovah God. That's what he wants us to do. Matt, and this very same plate I would give a prime minister, doctor, and engineer, a professor to eat, is the very same plate I gave him to eat. Some people look down on them, they want to get them in a plastic thing because they feel they're parallel. They are somebody's child. And too many times I've seen people use them when they're building, they dump a thing of sand, a thing of stone, and you'll see them carrying the stones and carrying. And when they finish, some of them, they give them a little $5, $6. You don't have a conscience. You don't have a conscience. We use them to carry blocks. We use them to carry all our load, and we just give them a little $3, $4 in their hand. No. Matt, once I came and I meet about 11 pails of sand on my step. I mean, what I do is stand on my step. The guy came and, but it's not his fault because his mind is just telling him to put the sand there. And when I come to pay him, he was not there, man, because I met the sand. I went to Massac to look for a lady where he normally carries stuff for her, and I went to bring $75. And I said, please give that to him because it's against my conscience, although I have to shovel back the sand from my step to go back to the area. I just felt that he needed some money, he needed something, that's why he come to do it. So please let us reach out to family who in need. Let us reach out and pay more love to family. The lady who spoke on the radio about her child, if I know how much I will stand with her, because I can help in situations like that. And I heard Hazel and say she pledged her support. I want to pledge my support because I can cook, I can wash, I can clean, I can do things, I can care and take care of them, I can nurture them. That is my passion, Matt. I love them, but I see them on the road every time and I stop to get a meal. Some of them say, the money I want. I say, what are you going to do the money? I'm going to buy a meal. I know what's going to be fit. I will go and I will buy a meal and nothing not too expensive to give them. Sometime back, I gave one a bag of clothes and one of my colleagues say, that is good clothes. People can work in ministry with. You shouldn't give it to them. I said, that is somebody's child.
I know.
He has a mother. He has a father. And we have to fight. We have to put ourselves in people's position. If it was your brother, you would want somebody to reach out to him and treat him in a dignified way. Don't use them and abuse them and have them carry stuff in the market and carrying there for $2 and $3. No, they have to survive. They have to do something for a living. And so if we can do things to uplift them and to guide them and to have conversation with them and to show them the right direction, Matt, they will be in a better place. I really would like to see a rehab, Matt. I treat them as my own. They come to my home, I make them sit down, I put the air condition on. I treat them as if it was my brother. I treat them because they are God's creation. They are our brothers and our sisters. And until we put ourselves in those people's position and until we reach out to them with love in our heart, Matt, nothing is going to work. So I just want to say I love them, and we have to just be there for families.
Thank you, Kopal. Matt, dear Matt and Franklin, this is Apostle Norma Fountain, Filbert of Garden and Grace Ministries, based in Florida for the past 3 years. My ministry has attended the needs of the vagrant population on the streets of Roseau. Among other things, we have faithfully, consistently, and feed many of them and provided other kinds of assistance. We're encouraged by this morning's conversation, and we gladly be part of any initiative aimed at further assisting this demographic. So a lot of people are willing to give you assistance.
I know her. Thank you, Sister Norma. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your covering. A very positive lady who puts her heart where her heart and action, or the action from her heart into action, and she does what she says. We thank you very much for your blessing. We'll keep in touch via social media. Thank you so much for your interest and your continued work for the kingdom.
All right, there's another friend there from Virginia. Magdalene says, Matt, I'm not normally in Dominica, but if I'm here and I do stay while I am, I can give some assistance as well. So there are many people willing to give the assistance, but we're hoping this becomes a reality. Maybe by the end of the year. Hello, talk to me. Yes, come on.
Matt,
yes, Molly.
Imagine Mr. Vincent Dupree, One Step Restaurant, had a restaurant. Instead, he was selling. Boy, I tell you, Mr. Help, vagrants, people like Yellow and other people, and they sing. So let me just say, Mr. Vincent Dupree, really help. Allison, February had put some of them in River Street in an empty house. But what they do, they go and smoke, and River Street was on fire. So they didn't have a place to live. A lady bring a house, they go and they break down the lady house, and they live in around my area in the house. And Matt, I'm not trying to tell you, being a vagrant and a paro, they could keep the place clean. Sometimes I will give them some food, I'll give them some bread. And cat go, don't smoke. He will say, Marlene, give me a bread now. So I'll bring bread for him, chicken and chips by the church. I'll give him water. All these people like Frances, Hillary Taylor, all these people would give him a little bread. And here he is That is where his mother and them used to live. His family died, and his other family put him somewhere. The person used to bathe him, clean him, and then he didn't want to stay. He escaped, and he go back by the Goodwill bus stop. That is where he does sit down, not by Maho, Goodwill, and they sing. But Alison February, let me say hats off to her, and also to Mr. Juppy and the other people. The thing. Every Sunday, Francis and them, just chat them here too, and they sing.
All right, Marlon, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's
Matt, I can give provision or other food stuff when possible. We all need to help the less needed. God
Thank you.
loves you.
Thank you very much.
A cheerful giver.
Because it has to be collective. If it doesn't, if one person decided the community, okay, this week, for the next 2 weeks, we're the one cooking, and a voluntary group, you're the one cooking. First, they'll be supervisor for standards and quality. But these are just our foreseeable plans, and it will fall in place. But it must start with one first block, one first governor. So there's some people who may be unable to contribute any major part. But what if you can contribute 2 tins of paint? What if you can get 4 blocks? What if you can give $100 over blocks of $300? And it will go towards. We hope to put up a block that says this is from.
I just sweep some of them in Maho.
Mm-hmm.
What I do, I make a hot meal for them, for their dinner. Because Matt, we don't know how we fall in, we don't know how our children come in. Remember, we have children traveling in different states. We don't know what they will end up doing later. So Matt, when you meet them parable, some people just spit on them, some people just wet them. Eli just feel sorry for them. Because Matt had an uncle. He used to live Tyrone, come up Mao. He going for carousel, and he tell him, give me a go kappa. And I say, man, take advantage of him, man. Like, old uncle, I watch him and spit on him, hit him. When he finish it, I tell him, you satisfied, you spit on him? He tell me he's a paro. I tell him, what make you say he's a paro? Not because he like that. I tell him, do you know that is my uncle you spit on and hit? You know, I can hit you back. He tell me, uncle, like, and yes, that's my mother, father, brother, my grand uncle. Matt did us take advantage of them. Honestly, did us take advantage of them, Matt. Matt, when the power asks me for money, I do give it to them. I buy a oatmeal for them if I can talk. I buy a food for them. Some of them say they don't want the food, but you have to encourage them to eat the food. Because when you give them the money, they just make noise with you. When Franklin was in his bad mood, I still had Franklin. He used to tell me, oh my girl, I go in right inside by Christy. I buy him a juice and I buy him a bread and I bring it back for him. And he tell me, give me a $5. I said, Franklin, no, I'm not giving you money. In that time, me and him get in real trouble. For a $5, I do get to buy the meal for Franklin because I didn't want him to go and do what he wanted to do.
She's correct.
So now if you have people like Franklin pushing them and Franklin know yeah he go, yeah he come out. We have to try to help. It's also not have to help them because we never know. It don't happen to our children. It can happen to our grandchildren. It can happen to our great-grandchildren. It can happen to any one of our family. We can have cousins, nieces, anybody can happen to. So that is why we don't have to spit on a bossy. Sometimes that boss you spitting on my Pelte nephew, Hazel nephew, Coppel nephew and Coppel niece. We don't have to do them wickedness there. Who knows? Sometimes I just watch movie, man, and you never know if it's God that put himself like that and to test us to see if we will take care of him.
Good point there. Good point, huh? Thank you. 449-309-596. Our time is slowly coming to an end there, yes, but it's a very interesting program. Hello, when I saw the letter there, I was like, wow, this is a subject I need to explore. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Matt, Pastor Jack, Peter Prosper, Malcolm Stephen, hats off to them. If all you want any help, go to Malcolm Stephen and others, Peter Prosper. Don't forget Pastor Jack for Pastor Rodney.
All right, we'll remember that, Marlon. Thank you very much, again, 449. again, we need feeding them, clothing them is just a small aspect of this problem. So we have to keep, of course, hoping this becomes a reality. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Hey, Mr. Pelton, morning to you, sir, and morning to Franklin.
Morning to you, sir. Yes.
Very important topic, and I like the way Franklin take it, and not from there, I believe Franklin's supposed to be a pioneer of that program to enlist that program, and I believe the Minister of Health and them cannot handle all that situation. I fell in Roseau, Matt, and it's very sad to see how our people anybody can fall at any time. I have fallen many times, like anybody else. And it's sad to see our citizens, because they fall to the crack, they have to be in that situation. I look at a man come down and he always walk down on Kennedy Avenue and he sit by the garbage and he eat and he walk a kind of hippity hop like he have a bad foot. And a lady they call Avril, what's her name? She have a very bad smell, and it's sad to see how our people as citizens, and I believe if business people of Roseau, as somebody said early on, they could contribute and get people that knowledge about, like Mr. Alan, this guy Jolly's boy there, I just forget his name. He just called you there, the pharmacist. And speak and right. What's his name? His name is Carlton. These people have knowledge about those things, and you get a group of these people together to handle those situations. Like I was telling you the last week, you have visitors come sometime at nights and walk in, like the visitors, the white people. They need security. Some of these people could be harassing them, and they don't like it. That's why sometimes the cruise ships, the people do this, that, because you need somebody to guide them, like I was telling you last week. We have the cadet. The cadet's supposed to be part of the security under Mr. Dave John. I believe all these commissioners should come together, the fire commissioner, the police commissioner, the Minister of Health, the Minister...
But something went wrong with your phone, not me, huh? Hello, talk to me. Thank you. Somebody says, Matt and Franklin, between Bolo and area and the Social Security, there's an abandoned, unfinished concrete house. It becomes an apartment for paras and vagrants. On Wednesday, one young man was walking naked in Roseau. The solution is to keep the people indoors. Can they be used in some parts of the prison to do the rehab? No, you don't want to mix the prisoners with these people.
Yeah, good suggestion, but it may not be the most appropriate at this time.
To reach out and touch his hand.
Think about it. We might continue that discuss sometime later, because everybody wants to give a solution, a suggestion. And maybe we'll try to meet with one government or two.
Oh yeah,
I can actually try to set it up.
Yeah. So we can tell you that the next time we meet and we congregate here again, we try to advance the story and give you a little more updated achievements and acquired ideas, people volunteering, and we'll put it together.
We'll continue that discussion this afternoon, because a lot of people want to see a lot more. We don't have the time. Okay. So we'll continue this after, okay?
Thank you
very much.
Yes. Thank you very much.
And write your thoughts. Somebody said we should establish in the Kong there, the NBD. Try to make this thing happen. In the reality, Dominica, we need a rehab center. We need to have the young people on the streets of Dominica. Every politician comes in, makes a promise. I try to contact maybe even the health minister, somebody in government. Somebody needs to get on board. Something has to become a reality. And our friends there at the APU have been trying, Dr. Wallace and the other doctors. I will keep talking, okay? Tune in at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, with Dr. Wallace, Dr. John Jones, Dr. Newton, and Dr. Tom. All
right, Dominica, thank you very much. Thank you for locking in this morning. And of course, so we'll continue that conversation. Everybody wants to say something, so let's see if we can give them more chances to do just that. Let's do this and come back. Don't forget Global View on Q tonight. Or tomorrow night, sorry. Tomorrow night.
This Tuesday night, it is our 7th Global UNQ show for 2026, and we continue to engage with our local, regional, and global Q family listeners and friends of Dominica. With me is my co-host, Justice Dr. Irving Andre, social scientist Simeon Joseph, former CSA General Secretary Alvin Thomas, and former Dominica UN Ambassador Crispin Gregoire. This Tuesday night is all about national security and economic interests of small island states like Dominica amidst the Middle East war, global insecurity, Caribbean sanctions, and trade disruption. So here are some talking points for tomorrow night. Is the rules-based global order ushered at the end of World War II coming to an end with wars in Ukraine and Iran and U.S. military operations in Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, and Ecuador, and suggestions of a U.S. intervention in Cuba? The Monroe Doctrine now replaced by Dunroe in the Western Hemisphere. What does this mean for the Caribbean going forward? How will the war in Iran affect the future of OECS CBI programs? The insecurity arising from the U.S.-Israel attack on Iran. What will this war mean for CARICOM and small island states like the OECS in terms of rising cost of food, trade, fuel, electricity, and travel as a result of increasing oil prices? Should Caribbean countries continue the policy promoting renewable energy development, reduction of dependence on fossil fuel for electricity generation? Should Caribbean countries start advocating for an end to the conflict and return to the fallout with the U.S. on the CBI programs in the OECD has resulted in visa restrictions to only one visit over a 3-month period? Could the annual $50 million of remittances to Dominica via Western Union and MoneyGram from the diaspora be impacted, just as has been the case with Cuba? China depends on Iran for most of its oil supplies and might have an interest in intervening in the U.S.-Israel-Iran war. Now, Russia is assisting Iran and may use this Iran war as an opportunity to posture as a mediator to bring an end to the Middle East hostilities, and at the same time take this opportunity to escalate the war with Ukraine while the U.S. is engaged with the Iran war. So where does CARICOM and the OECS go from here in this new global crisis? What are the implications for the Caribbean's relations with Venezuela, China, and Cuba in the face of U.S. geopolitical interests in the Caribbean as manifested in U.S. actions in Venezuela and Cuba? Are CARICOM and the OECS in need of strategic policies and plans that are relevant to fuel, transportation, and economic stability as cargo ships and oil tankers passing through the Strait of Hormuz are disrupted by the military escalation involving the United States, Israel, and Iran? Most Caribbean countries import some 90 to 100% of their fuel, and a significant portion of global oil shipments pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Even if CARICOM imports come mainly from the United States Gulf Coast, those prices are pegged to global oil benchmarks Brent WTI, and Caribbean fuel prices will rise even if the oil is not directly sourced from the Gulf Coast. So for Dominica, this means higher electricity costs, higher transportation costs, and rising food prices. Caribbean airlines and travel will also be impacted as fuel represents 30 to 40% of airline operating costs. Caribbean households, therefore, the response should be strategic in that citizens should prepare for higher food prices, higher transport costs, and price increases for electricity. This crisis could be an opportunity to grow home gardens, reduce vehicle fuel consumption, use public transport where possible, and increase food storage of staples. It may also be a strategic opportunity for the Caribbean to accelerate renewable energy transition and renewable energy integration, create food self-sufficiency, and embark on bulk food and pharmaceutical supply import. And here's a question finally. Are those who busted U.S. sanctions by transporting and selling Iranian oil be held to account? We will have some follow-up questions, and if you like, some talking points based on the submissions of our panelists. So we look forward to the contributions of Justice Dr. Irving Andre, social scientist Simeon Joseph, former CSA General Secretary Alvin Thomas, former Dominica UN Ambassador Christine Gregoire, and Q95 callers and viewers on Facebook and YouTube on that topic. So tune in Tuesday night and much more.
And the people will rise up and say, freedom must go on.
juices, yo. You got to get the truth right and get the real truth. The one with the fruta inside.
No ordinary fruit make it into fruta. We carefully select the juiciest, fruitiest fruit.
Looking for your taste, yo. You know it. You right, it's the best. You know it. Fruta inside.
So you get the real fruit in every sip. Fruta, only the best get juice.
Fruta, choose right, yeah.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop at S-Mart.
Shop smart, smart.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart, top up flow. Shop smart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart. So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited docking. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Iran-Israeli war going on. Paint a picture of what the actuality is. I know you have seen some bombs, just a few, maybe a few yards away from you. What can you tell us?
Yeah, well, since the Israelis and the Americans attacked Iran has been sending bombs all over the region. I'm in Doha, Qatar, and of course I've been seeing bombs down. We've seen a few fires. So that's what we're getting in Doha. Bahrain, Dubai, the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Kuwait. They're getting it a bit harder. But I think now it seems that they are stepping it up in Qatar now. Because for the past few days they were hitting, as I said, Dubai, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Abu Dhabi a lot. The bases, and the embassies, they are destroying the embassies and bases in these countries. Today they are stepping it up in Qatar. They attacked the base, the American base, because the largest base in the Middle East is in Qatar. And so they sent a few today at the base and at the embassy.
So who's the day? The Iranians?
The Iranians.
Okay.
Iranians.
But why would they want to get Qatar involved in this? I mean, Qatar.
I don't think they want to get Qatar involved. They want all the Middle East countries that facilitate, in their minds, facilitating the US by having their bases in their countries. They want them that they would attack the bases. So I don't think they're really attacking the countries, but really the bases. But of course, these countries have an obligation to protect.
Indulge your senses in the exotic fragrances inspired by nature, luscious fruits, tropical flowers, and mesmerizing beaches with Beep Air Freshener. Flowers of paradise, mango papaya, pina colada, pink lemonade zing, radiant sunshine, and white sand beaches make up the Beep Exotic Blends collection, perfectly blending vibrant tropical aromas with the inspiration drawn from around the Caribbean. Beep, for a happy, healthy home.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Hi children, this one is just for you.
It is the ECCB Children's Connection Program coming your way on this station. Come, listen.
Join me, Auntie Marcia, and my co-host,
Quentin Tong and Ramalia Thomas and other children just like us, ages 5 to 12. Listen and participate in exciting stories, powerful lessons, smart quizzes, wise words, and win prizes. Awesome!
ECCB Children's Connection Program. every second Sunday of the month at 1 p.m. on this station. Don't you miss it.
Sponsored by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
Easy Rock 95.1. More rock, less talk while you work. The latest soft rock, hit after hit. Tune into Easy Rock 95.1, the best mid-morning show in the right here on Q95, the big station.
I was waiting for so long for a minute.